Hi guys, welcome back to Hungry Geeks. My name is Isun Digisman. What you saw earlier were montage photos taken by the Huawei P50 Pro. Now I've been using this smartphone for the past few months and I'm really stunned and amazed of the quality of the videos of this smartphone. Now I know that this smartphone has been out in the market for some time now, but let me explain to you why this smartphone is really a hit on the sweet spot for your needs of photography. First and foremost, this smartphone achieved the XO mark, one of the benchmarkers in terms of photography that raises the bars in terms of giving that kind of scores and levels in terms of what is needed in photography for your perfect portrait, for your video canvas, and also other kinds of effects, accuracy in colors and those kind of things. The XO mark gave it a score of 144, one of the highest scores we were able to achieve in the current timelines right now on mobile photography. So that's really nice at all. Next is that Huawei was able to turn around itself and give it more of a punch that they really wanted to keep that kind of crown in terms of mobile photography. So that's why they developed the dual matrix camera system. This is achieved through a 4-lens system and of course through some assistance of their superior AI software, and of course still the partnership with Leica to produce the best in terms of mobile photography. So this video will be a little bit more of an explainer for the Huawei P50 Pro in terms of how does it work, how does it gives you the great photography that I was able to experience. So I'm going to give you more examples of this smartphone in terms of what I took for the past 2 months so you can appreciate further of the camera capabilities of this smartphone. Alright, so one of the features that I really appreciate from Huawei even before is their color accuracy in terms of photos, but with a sense of that kind of punch that you need for social media. They have the feature of True Chromo Shot, which enables a P3 wide color gamut spectrum. P3 is the color gamut spectrum that gives you a wider color range as compared to mid-range smartphones or even entry-level smartphones. So they can capture the real accurate colors that you can capture in terms of the level that you can understand with your eye as well. What I'm trying to say is not all kinds of sensors are the same. Some sensors have the lower range in terms of color that can capture just a minimum range of colors, but with the Huawei P50 Pro, as you can see here in this photo that I was able to take, it's taking a lot of colors from blue, from green, from red, we have yellow here, even from the tones of a tree. Let me remind you that brown is very hard to reproduce in terms of colors, and in terms of the color accuracy, this is like having your eyes looking at the actual item in this night shot. So this is an indoor night shot using the Huawei P50 Pro dual matrix camera, and I was astonished that with the level of details it was able to give that kind of texture, that kind of appreciation, and even the glow that you will get on a P3 color gamut with the True Chroma Shot. So that's one feature of the Huawei P50 Pro. Alright, next is how were you able to take photos at night? That's really astonishing. There's a lot of ways in terms of doing this. We have the ways of pixel binning in terms of mixing multiple frames of photos captured, but Huawei takes it another steps differently. You know what? In night photography, the most difficult shot is the black and white shot because it gives you that balance of what is the darkest part and what is the lightest part. So with Huawei, it has that Huawei XD Fusion Pro. It's the combination of a black and white photo plus the color photo combined, so you can get the high dynamic range of both photos together combined. So what I'm trying to say here is Huawei lenses will take one black and white sensor and then one more photo using the 50 megapixel main camera. Both of them will be combined. The high dynamic range from the black and white photo will mix with the color, so it can give a more balanced and more appreciative photo results, resulting to photos like this. Now when it comes to mobile photography, not everyone has that kind of hand where it's really stable when you hold your phones like this. So that's why Huawei has that feature for giving you that stable hand, which is called Huawei XD Optics. Now using this optical image stabilization and of course software algorithm, no matter what sensor you use from here, from the black and white sensor, from the main 50 megapixel sensor, the 100 times zoom sensor, all of them, even on the ultra wide, it gives that pixel combination of each sensor to give you that stabilization that you need. So let's say that you might need to use the main sensor, it's already assisted using the optical image stabilization. So whether you're a little bit jippy or jiggery, it's okay because it's going to give you a little bit more of a balance and counterbalance in terms of using like a gimbal. So that's one feature that the Huawei P50 Pro has in terms of mobile photography, because it's really important to keep your hand still, because there are some moments that you have to take a photo without a tripod, you're on mobile, you're using in terms of in transit or fast moving in terms of commuter train. Those kind of things are really important for mobile photography. Now when it comes to taking videos using the Huawei P50 Pro, it's really nice because it takes up to 4K 60 frames per second. Now that's really nice because in terms of visual acuity and accuracy and sharpness, it all has there. Remember earlier the wide P3 color gamut that I mentioned? So the colors are popping, the details are really there in terms of the sharpness and also what you really need. Plus the OIS from the Huawei XD Optics. Pair that with a 4K video capturing device, and also in terms of overall usage scenario in terms of your smartphone, whether it's in the front or in the back, it takes 4K 60 frames per second. Now that's really nice because 4K details on most TVs right now are already in 4K plus 60 frames per second to give you that buttery smooth motion that you really like when watching in terms of high-end TVs. So that's really nice, right? So in terms of taking photos, I really like it as well because the camera isn't really protruding in terms of your hand, in terms of your grip, and it's really nice to hold when using the Huawei P50 Pro because overall it's light, it's really nice in terms of the curved edges, it's nice to hold, and overall taking videos is pleasurable here using the P50 Pro. Now one thing that I like on the Huawei P50 Pro is the AIS Pro feature. It's the capability of the AI or artificial intelligence on the chip itself on the smartphone to give you that best scenario when needed. So let's say that when you activated the camera, it detects that it's a fast moving photo that you are trying to capture. So it will automatically adjust itself to give you the best scenario in terms of capturing that item or that object. So like for example, when you're out in the window, you pull down your window from the car and you try to take a picture of a signage, of a car, of another item that's moving really fast because of the fast frames, it's going to adjust itself depending on the AI algorithm to give you the best scenario in terms of sharpness, capture speed, terms of the sensors, all of those, and even from the shutter speed from the camera itself to give you the best results. Of course, better chance of taking that one-time moment of capturing those moments of those precious, oh, I like this photo, I have to take a photo of this before it's gone. So those kind of things, it's really precious. And so far with the Huawei P50 Pro, I was able to capture a lot of things and a lot of objects that were quite surprising on my journey for the past few months. Overall, all of those photography modes that I was able to show to you more of a glance, paired with the IP68 water resistance rating from this phone, the durability of it, the all metal frame, the curved glass display, even the Snapdragon 888 processor for ultimate in terms of multitasking and performance. All of it was able to give me the performance that I need on a smartphone that's flagship grade and giving me the ultimate colors and also the sharpness and details I need for my social media content. Aside from that, of course, charging it on a 66 watts Huawei Supercharge is super brick in terms of the charging. It's really fast, less than an hour, it's full charge. So I'm not really afraid in terms of having that kind of battery anxiety in terms of using the smartphone for a whole day. So overall, the Huawei P50 Pro is really such a nice phone that I would have to commend. Despite of Huawei's challenges for the past 2 years, I have to give them an A+ in terms of effort of raising the bar once again in terms of mobile photography. And again, this is really a smartphone contender for you if you really want to level up a notch and give another flavor and taste in terms of your mobile photography. Not to mention the 2K display here on the Huawei P50 Pro with the 6.6 Super AMOLED display with high refresh rate. Everything is just so juicy and so crisp, even on the text, the smallest details, from the photos itself, even on the actual photo displays from the camera, from the viewfinder that you actually display real time. Everything is really nice. They really thought of the details where you will have to take notice more on a smartphone rather than giving you more features and more things to meddle with. Huawei kind of refined of the Huawei P50 Pro of what the things that you really need than rather that the things that you really want. Alright? So the Huawei P50 Pro is available in 2 colors. This is gold. And of course, we have another color which is the black for 52,990. 8GB RAM, 256GB ultra-fast SSD storage inside. So you don't have to worry in terms of your storage for overall smartphone use. Of course, there's even Huawei Cloud that you can use and expand your storage in the future, just in case that you wanted to. Alright? So that's the Huawei P50 Pro for your reference in terms of the photography skills. And then that's a quick explanation of all of the features that I should say that you will have to consider in terms of mobile photography. So do give me a comment down below in terms of what kind of photo you really like about the Huawei P50 Pro. If you have any comments and suggestions, please do let me know. My name is Izon de Guzman, and of course, please do follow and subscribe to hungrygeeks.com.ph to give you the latest in terms of news and in terms of junkets in terms of Philippine tech. And with that, thank you so much for watching this episode and hope I see you on the next one. Bye!